This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video. This is for Tuesday evening, the 15th of October. I'm James Spann. Rain not that far away, cooler air not that far away, and a fairly challenging forecast for the beginning of the weekend. So a lot of things to talk about. We'll go in there and start with the Skycam network. Looking out the window this afternoon, that's coming from Chehaw State Park. The sky there is cloudy, but no rain across the state today. Very similar sky coming from Gadsden in Etowah County, cloudy but dry. And up at Huntsville, some filtered sunshine. Looks like some mid-level clouds at about 15,000 feet and high cirrus clouds above that at about 25,000 feet, but the low levels are still relatively dry. Complex storm lifting out of the western United States. A chunk is coming out toward the upper Midwest. Part of it is hanging back. And you can see moisture across much of the southern states. Some of that coming from a former system in the Pacific that was called Octavi. What's left of that thing is over northern Mexico. Temperatures, generally speaking, not as warm as forecast today. We've got mostly low 70s. In fact, Fort Payne is only at 68, but Tuscaloosa, the warm spot, they've got 78. And ooh, look at the cold air behind that trough. 30s and 40s at mid-afternoon over much of Colorado and Wyoming. And we'll catch some of that later this week on Thursday and Friday. There's the regional radar at 2:30. It is raining from near Paducah, Kentucky, down to Little Rock, Arkansas, and Dallas-Fort Worth. That batch of showers might even try and slip into northwest Alabama late tonight, but the bulk of the rain will come during the day tomorrow. Got flash flood watches with that rain from southern Arkansas down through the Arklatex into parts of the Texas Hill Country. Freeze advisories and warnings up for parts of the plains. But in terms of the issue here with the rain, we don't expect any flooding, severe weather, probably no thunder, just some light rain at times tomorrow and Thursday. Severe weather not expected to be a problem for the rest of today and tonight, just the low 5% probabilities over parts of southwest Texas. Here's the rain for the next 5 days. This is valid through Sunday morning. Rain amounts of about 3/4 of an inch. And this counts the rain tomorrow and Thursday. And if we see rain on Saturday, that will be counted as well. And that Saturday forecast is very tricky, as you will see. Let's check the tropics. Little wave in the Atlantic. That's an old front out there that's east of the Bahamas. I don't think that'll be an issue. And again, the biggest problem is over there in the western Pacific. Typhoon Whippa skirting by Tokyo today. It's a Category 1 storm, and it's weakening on the journey northeast. Tokyo might pick up 5 inches of rain, winds of 50 miles an hour, but hopefully that will not produce too much in the way of damage. We'll check the GFS, the Global Forecast System. This is valid tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock local time. This is at 500 millibars. And again, part of that trough is up into Canada, but the other part is hanging back. Down below that, there's a surface low over Canada with a trailing front down through Little Rock and Dallas. And in advance of that, showers should be into Alabama tomorrow. We'll go to the high-res NAM. This is 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. local time. And the model is suggesting rain could be falling over parts of north and northwest Alabama, places like Vernon, Hamilton, Moulton, Decatur, Huntsville, Florence. They might catch rain in the morning as you drive to work, and then by 1 o'clock, a pretty good chunk of Alabama could see showers. And again, the rain should not be all that heavy, but definitely a chance of rain at times tomorrow. A good chance of rain at times will be in the 70s for most of the day. And then Thursday, the moisture kind of lingers. I think Thursday will be a cloudy day, much cooler. Temperatures will be in the 60s. Kind of a cool north breeze, a little light rain, drizzle, damp, so not exactly a Chamber of Commerce day. And then Friday, we'll call it partly sunny, as we're kind of in between waves. This is Thursday, back to the GFS. Now let's go to Friday. We're kind of in between waves, so Friday should feature a good supply of sunshine. The high around low 70s, 71, 72, something like that. We could start the day in the 40s, but here comes that next wave off to the west. Now let's look at Saturday. And again, this is brand new model output. This is Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Now the GFS keeps the rain over South Alabama, and it's got the northern half of the state dry. And there's a lot of things happening. You got football, and the races are going on at Talladega this weekend. So if you want rain, it would be probably better to have it down there because the Shrimp Festival was last weekend. But we're not going to change the forecast. We got a chance of rain in now for Saturday. We're not going to flip-flop on one run, but this is suggesting the better chance of rain will be over the southern half of the state, and just maybe Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Talladega will be dry. We'll check the European. It's even drier now. This model's been very wet, and all of a sudden, it's dry as a bone. And it's got the rain shunted way down to the Gulf Coast, maybe offshore in the waters of the Gulf. So all of a sudden, the new models are introducing a drier look after a wet look we showed you this morning. But again, we're not going to flip-flop. We'll maintain a chance of rain on Saturday. We'll adjust it as need be tomorrow. And then Sunday, that's gone, and Sunday just looks cool and dry. This would suggest a high of about 70. Low Sunday morning, probably in the upper 40s. Great day for the big race at Talladega. Monday of next week, we are dry. This run, not as cold as other runs. We've seen some runs get us down in the low 40s. This would probably be mid to upper 40s. And the high Monday would be in the low 70s. Gorgeous fall weather. And the same thing Tuesday, a week from today. We've got there a few more days. This is October the 25th. Man, that is a polar jet diving down, and that's some cold air coming down the pike. Woo! That's a 1032 high that is just north of North Dakota. And look at the anomalies for the eastern United States. And again, this is Friday, October 25th, and that's just very, very, very cool for October. If not chilly even during the day. That would suggest for us highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. Now, this is out there in the land of voodoo, so this will probably change, but we have seen some evidence of that in other runs. And Halloween, the end of the forecast, October 31st, if that's right, that would be cool and dry. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you can, catch us on ABC 3340 News this evening on the live stream or the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful evening, and God bless.